Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to continue my coverage of Steam's Black Friday game deals. Want to give you guys a heads up on a great deal under $3. It's a game that, didn't get a blowaway reception, but I think over the years, people look back at it a little bit more fondly, especially at a lower price point, so we'll highlight that. That, again, is under $3. I want to highlight a couple of deals that are a little bit more on the pricey side. I know, dude, we got a deal in this video that's over $50. It's on a recent release. It's literally one of my favorite games of the year, and I just want to mention it and let you guys know about it. Maybe add it to the wish list, etc., etc. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys ain't finna drop $56 on a game, but I want to give a mention to it. Got another game that's at a heftier price point, and then we do have a new Black Friday sale live right now as well from, I kind of have run the joke into the ground. It's not everybody's favorite publisher, but it's Ubisoft. They do have some decent games, and they've got some games heavily discounted. I want to highlight some of the good ones, particularly from one franchise that is seeing some heavy discounts. So we'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, the deal under $3, Ryse Son of Rome is 70% off for $2.99. I actually think this is a really good deal. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, it came out initially back in 2013 as an Xbox One launch title. This game, along with Dead Rising 3, and I want to say it was Forza Motorsport 5 back then, were like the three big launch titles to sell people on the Xbox One. Ryse Son of Rome at a $60 price point just was not gonna fly with people. It's a very, very short game in the sense that I think people were completing this game in like 4 hours, but at the very least, like 5 to 6 hours, I should say at the very most, 5 to 6 hours, and it's a very, very quick game. However, it is still, I think to this day, a bit of a technical marvel in the sense that visually, the game looks incredible, the setting is great, and the gameplay is pretty solid as well. I'm not saying, I would ever recommend this game at $60, even $40, even $30, even $20, but $2.99, if you're looking for a fast-paced action game, I actually think this is a pretty good buy, and oftentimes, we do get lost in these games that are 30, 40, 50, 80 hours long, that sometimes to break that up, a nice, quick, 4 to 5 hour experience, that's exactly what the doctor ordered, but you can't be spending, a premium price point on those games. But I think for $2.99, Ryse Son of Rome is quite a good title, and I would give it a recommendation. Alright, next up. Okay, before you take me to the gallows on this one, Ninja Gaiden 4 is one of my favorite games of the year. I think this game is absolutely outstanding. However, $56 on any game is obviously going to be a bit pricey. The game is available on Xbox Game Pass. I know Game Pass, it has its perception right now, but if you want to sign up to Game Pass, you want to play through Ninja Gaiden 4, maybe play through Outer Worlds 2 as well, maybe, play through that amazing Black Ops 7 campaign, right now to sign up for a month, not a bad time. As far as Ninja Gaiden 4 goes, however, it is 20% off for $56. This game is awesome. I cannot say enough good things about this game. I think this game is so good, and it should be in the... I get why it's not in the mix for Game of the Year. I think it personally should be. The main criticisms you'll see for this game is the fact that the story isn't that good. The story is fine. Why are you playing Ninja Gaiden? You're playing it for awesome, visceral, action-oriented combat, and my goodness, Ninja Gaiden 4's action gameplay is so good. And yes, you can beat it in, 13 to 15 hours, maybe a little bit longer than that if you take your time. However, this game is all killer, no filler, and when games are done like that, and they are so good like this game is, much like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Ninja Gaiden 4 is a game that I will go back to and I will play over and over again. Yes, I finished one playthrough of it. I haven't tried playing the game on the Master Ninja difficulty yet, but I do want to try my luck at Master Ninja difficulty. Will I get absolutely obliterated and will I quit? Probably, because I'm not that good at video games, but I enjoyed the game so much that I do want to go back and I want to do the optional stuff. I want to play through the game again. And again, the game is so good that I'm going to go back and play through it again, and I'm going to get mileage out of it. I totally get $56 for any game. Hefty price point, and you're probably just not going to pick it up or pick up any game at that price point. I totally get that, and yeah, if you're not a Game Pass guy, add it to the wish list. When it gets cheaper, when it's south of, let's say, $40, pick it up then. But I'm telling you guys, if you enjoyed a game like Metal Gear Rising, I think you'll really like Ninja Gaiden 4. The soundtrack is awesome as well. I bring up Rising because the soundtrack gives me total Metal Gear Rising vibes. But yeah, love this game. Like I said, cannot say enough good things about it. You know, I was already really looking forward to it, going back to when the game was revealed back in January, but the game surprised me, and I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. And I played Ninja Gaiden 2 Black earlier this year. If you didn't like the previous Ninja Gaiden games, I would still recommend you to play Ninja Gaiden 4, because the camera's much better, and a lot of the refinements and modernizations of the games. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 3 came out north of a decade ago, so obviously it's going to be much improved in that regard. But yeah, $56 on that. It's expensive, but I wanted to gush about the game for a little bit since I haven't on this channel that much yet. Next up, Split Fiction is 20% off for $39.99. Another game that I'm not going to say it should have been nominated for Game of the Year, and with Ninja Gaiden 4 as well, the opinions are the same in the sense that I get why Split Fiction and Ninja Gaiden were not nominated for Game of the Year. Ninja Gaiden, totally. I think Split Fiction was right on the cusp. It's just, you got 6 slots. It is what it is. I think you could have put Split Fiction in there instead of any of those 6 games, and people that played Split Fiction would be like, yeah, the game is very deserving. Obviously, Split Fiction does require you to have this thing that a lot of us don't have, and that is a friend. You know, I had to dig and find somebody that I could play the game with, but we did play through the game. I was able to sell my buddy on this game and playing it. I mean, I bought it, so they got to play with me for free, and that's what this game does. So it's a co-op title, but you can invite somebody, if you buy it, to play with you for free. I think that's fantastic. Online as well. The game is fantastic, and Hazelight has really found their lane, and I think that's one of the most important aspects of game development. And you know, for new studios, find your lane. There are so many studios doing X, Y, and Z, but Hazelight has found their lane, and beyond just creating these great co-op titles, from a design standpoint, these games are remarkable. How they take, you know, there are games that are co-op. Gears of War Reloaded is co-op, but really utilizing that element of cooperative gameplay as a core function to the gameplay and designing your game entirely around that, not just so the game can function as a co-op game. The co-op gameplay is a core element of all of the design choices in the game, and I just think they do a phenomenal job. Again, I get that, you know, co-op games might not be for everyone. It's hard to find somebody to play a game with, but Split Fiction's not super lengthy, but it's very much worthwhile. It's $39.99, but hey, if you could go like halvesies with a friend, I think it's pretty good at $19.99 if you look at it that way. But even for $40, it's absolutely worth it in the sense that it's one of the most unique and compelling games of recent memory. So $39.99 on that, definitely recommend it. But again, the last 2 games a little bit on the pricier side. Lastly, I do want to give a shout to the Ubisoft Superhero Sale, another Black Friday sale that is rolling out, and there are quite a lot of good deals available as a part of this. Again, I know that everybody has their opinion on Ubisoft, totally get why that is, but they do have some quality games. Far Cry 4 is $4.49. Breakpoint, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, is $5.99, and that is a game that has been making progress and has been getting better and better. Far Cry 6 is $11.99. Watch Dogs 2 is $4.99. Quadra A game, Skull and Bones, is $5.99. You know, I love to see that. South Park The Fractured But Whole, $5.99 on that. Riders Republic for $3.99 is a really good shout. I played quite a bit of Riders Republic, and like, dude, sometimes you just want a game that you can kick back and relax with. You can listen to a podcast or listen to some music while playing it. Riders Republic is perfect in that regard, and then I think it's quite good as far as that's concerned. And then I do want to give some attention to the Prince of Persia games that are on sale. Sands of Time is $1.99, and that is rumored to be getting its remake in January, potentially reappearing at the Game Awards, so we'll see about that. But the 2 games I mainly want to highlight, first of all, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, 60% off for $11.99. This game legitimately had one of the worst debut trailers of all time. How you can be so out of touch with your audience to create a debut trailer like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown did, I don't know, but the game itself is an awesome awesome Metroidvania action title. Love the art style, love the gameplay. I even like some of the puzzles in this game. I thought they were really well done in that regard. I just had a great time with it. You know, for, I believe it was $50 when it came out. I think that was a little bit pricey, but for $11.99, I would say that's a really good deal, and I would definitely recommend it. And then lastly, I do also want to give a shout to Prince of Persia 2008. This is a game that personally I really dug. It is super easy, however, I think the art style is great. I think the gameplay is enjoyable, and the exploration and the traversal, I should say, I thought was well done. Again, super easy game, but I would definitely recommend it for $1.99. Like I said, I had a great time with it, and for that price point, I think it's a pretty damn good pickup. But that is going to do it for me. Again, some great deals across the board. Ryse, Son of Rome for $2.99. I think that's a really solid deal. You know, if you want something quick, get in, get out kind of fun, you can beat it in a sitting. I think that's a really solid pickup. Ninja Gaiden 4, yes, I don't expect many of you to drop $56 on this game, but I wanted to gush a little bit about it. I think the game is awesome. Sign up to Game Pass if you're okay with Game Pass, but if not, add it to the wish list. Pick it up when it's on a deeper discount. I believe sometime next year it'll be 40-50% off, and at that price range, I think it'll be a great pickup for a lot of you guys. Split Fiction, again, if you want to spend $40 on it, you know, do it. I think the game is great if you have a friend to play with. If not, wait for it to be cheaper. It Takes Two is like now $9.99, so Split Fiction will eventually get to that range, but it's a great game. And that Ubisoft Superhero Sale, Black Friday deals, more of those rolling out. I think some of the Prince of Persia deals are quite good. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, do let me know all of your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.